We're live. Go ahead. We're live. Yeah, we're live.
Okay, hello everyone. It is Thursday, May 23rd, 2019. We are coming up on Memorial Day weekend. And what's going on today? Today is as yesterday and as the day before. Pressure is mounting. Today, you saw Nancy Pelosi claiming, oddly, that Trump is trying to pause the impeachment. He wants impeachment proceedings to start. Kind of stretch, a real stretch. But it's not any more of a stretch than what you see every day with the Democrats. They don't seem to want to protect this nation's border. They want to go after Trump. They don't seem to care about anything, just going after Trump. We live in a weird world today. Weird. And let me ask any of you that have a question or a comment, if you've seen anything, call in or get your questions in now, so we have time.
I'm gonna say Larry, one thing before you go forward. I've got a storm rolling in, so if I lose you, that's why. But hopefully we'll be fine.
Memorial Day is coming. Memorial Day is always sad day for me. I don't think about the service much anymore. But I think about Memorial Day this year, and I just wonder, all of the lives that have been lost, protecting, defending, establishing this country, was it worth it? Was it worth it? If they were here today, would they give their lives today for the country we live in, that we've become? I can only speak for the ones that I've known. They would, just like every soldier that's in the military today, they put their lives on the line every day to protect me and you. Every day. It takes a special person to do that. And I'm assured that our military, past and present, is made up of special people, very special people. But what is so sad, when they're out dying, getting wounded, getting maimed, for us, we're sitting here and watching our country rot.
Okay, we should be live again. So sorry, folks. The power went out. We're back on.
Sorry about that, folks. I don't know where we were exactly when the power went out.
Larry, it's so sad when they're out there dying and wounded and maimed for us. We sit here and watch our country rot.
Okay. Well, the thing I was saying is, what do you call America? When half of the country is perfectly willing for our southern border to be wide open. People come in, criminals, disease, yes, terrorists. When half the country is okay with that. And also talk about half the country is perfectly okay with us murdering babies. You know, that's what I'm saying. Half of the nation is perfectly fine with us murdering babies within the womb and out. Half of this country is perfectly willing for us to take God out of every aspect of our public lives. And if they could, I'm sure half of this country would be pickle pink if we took God out of our private lives. They just haven't gone there yet. What are we? And then I was building up to, what do you call an America that half of this nation, if it were brought to a vote today, whether they want a representative constitutional form of government or if they want socialism, half of the people are perfectly willing for us to become a socialist nation. That don't sound good to me about America. This does not sound exactly the way I would think half of this nation would feel about this country. The idea, what percentage of this nation, what percentage of the population, know that the politicians that we have in Washington, D.C. lie like dogs. And apparently don't care. So that's where it gets bad. How can we as a nation survive when we have elected leaders that represent us, that I guess we proudly proclaim they lie? Pretty much nothing they tell us is true. It's okay. It's okay. Where are we headed? Where are we headed? And we're coming up on the most important election this nation has had, I think, maybe ever. But certainly one of the most important of all the elections we've had. Because I don't think there's ever been an election in this country that based on who wins, which side wins, whether we just give up our form of government and change it to another. I don't think we've ever had one like that. And of course, we've got the liars that say that's not what this election is about. This election is about, well, it is. It truly is. What are you going to do about it? What do y'all want to do about it? What do we want to do about it? How on earth are we going to stand up on Memorial Day and mourn and honor men and women that fought and gave their lives for this country, for us? How can we possibly hold our head? Today, boys and girls,
Say again?
I said, I don't know. I'm frustrated. Matter of fact, I'm just going to start. Excuse my language. But I am. Right here on this program today, right now, there are enough people. You won't believe it. There are. There are enough people with enough time to have an effect on this coming election.
Tell us why if we have enough.
Well,
Or how.
that's all you got to do. All you got to do is just to understand that it starts with you. You tell somebody, they tell somebody, and they tell somebody. That's all that's required. That's all that's required. This election should be simple. This will kill you. This will kill you. I was talking with Dan earlier today, and I never had thought of it this way, but I guess I can, or do. I have. This election is so simple because typically in an election, the formula for the campaign is 40-40-20. 40% are for you, 40% are against you. And the whole election rests. The whole election rests on that 20% that's in the middle, the undecided vote. Who can get those people stirred up and get them to join their side? This election is ridiculously simple. Simple. We don't have to worry about that 20% in the middle and convince them, first off, to go vote in the first place, because typically they're in the middle, 20% that's in the middle, but they don't care. That's why they're there. So you got to figure a way to make them care enough to get up and go vote. Then you got to make them care enough to get up and go vote, and then to go vote for your candidate. It's quite a project, quite a job. It's done every election cycle. But this election cycle is not that way. It's simple. Simple. All we have to do to save our nation and to keep our form of government or lose it is get all the people that believe as we do go vote. Come vote. So all we got to do is convince them who to vote for, because they're predisposed one way or the other. We just need to get them to go vote. This should be the most simple election in the history of our nation. Should be. But it's not. At least it's not going to be. Because we have a lot of people. A lot. we brag about our freedom. We brag about we have free and fair elections, which is marginal at best. But we do claim that. You know what we do in America? With these free and fair elections, let most countries live and see the day that they might have this opportunity we have. Our percentage of people that vote is ridiculous. We might, in a campaign, presidential year, we might really fire people up. Might be a really contended race, hotly contended. And maybe 40% of the people vote. I don't know how many elections we've had, or if we've had any, where 50% or better voting. People just don't go vote. They gotta do something. They gotta get their hair done. Gotta take the dog to the bed. Gotta watch the ball game. There's a million things that come up and we just don't go vote. And then you're facing an election year that's going to decide the fate of our nation. And all we got to do is get our people to go vote. People that believe as we do. And that's why I say, we have enough people on this program right now to pull it off. Because all we got to do is talk to each other. All we got to do is convince people that we associate with every day, that because we associate with them every day, usually, folks, the people we hang around with traditionally are somewhat of like mind. So, you know what? We just need to talk to them. Just need to explain why they were spoken. The other side, as I've told y'all time and time again, they're using sweeteners to get people to vote. They're enticing their side to vote. They're making offers to them. To the blacks on the other side, one vote, that way you'll get reparations. Yeah, every black in America will get $25,000 per household of 4 if the Democrat wins, and they get reparations for the blacks. Yeah, that's what they'll get. And then they're going to position the blacks where even if they don't necessarily believe that they'll actually do it, you know what? They put them in a box. Hey, you don't really believe you'll get $25,000 per household of 4 reparation if they vote for the Democrat and he wins? Or she? You don't really believe it? Let me tell you this. What have you got to lose? What do you got to lose? Get out and vote, and guess what? You might win. They might actually do it. Then we got the college kids. Hey, do free college? To the family that has 2 kids or a kid that's fixing to go to college and they don't know where they're going to get the money to go. Hey, the Democrat says, look, you put our guy in, and you'll never have to pay anything for college. Mm-hmm. And then they say to the kids that get out of school and they're working in a restaurant waiting tables that owe $100,000 or $200,000 in college loan debt or whatever the amount is, you'll let that guy. Guess what? All of that will be paid off. You don't owe nothing for your college loan. Now, once again, they put them in a box. You don't really believe that'll happen? Most of them probably doubt in actuality it would happen. But you know what they say? What do you got to lose? What do you got to lose?
Our country.
People will reason out, you know what? All I gotta do to maybe get college student loan paid for, all I gotta do to get my kids' upcoming college fee paid, all I gotta do is on the day of the election, get up, or in that period of time when you can't vote, go out and vote. All I gotta do. Not incredible. Is that not incredible? What have we got outside? We don't have any sweeteners. We don't. President Trump does not have sweeteners. He does not. I mean, the only sweeteners he's got is, gee whiz, look, the economy is doing better. So all he got is truth. The economy's doing better. All he's got is the truth. You know, guess what? We're finally negotiating trade agreements and such as that. At least trying to negotiate them with the American people at heart, not the other country. Yeah, that's what he's doing. That's all we got. It's true. What have we got to do? What have we got to do to get people to stand up for once in their miserable lives? You know, what's in miserable lives? Stand up and act like an American. I don't believe half of this country, I do believe half of this country, I don't think even has any genes in their body, any cells connected to our founding fathers. We don't respect anything. We don't remember anything. We're tearing down statues of Thomas Jefferson. We're tearing down statues of people in history. We don't respect anything. Half of the nation is that way. So I say to every one of you this day, the 23rd of May, I sure hope you're listening. I sure hope you're thinking that maybe, just maybe, our country, the future of our children and grandchildren, rests this day, today, it rests in our hands. And what we do or what we don't do today is going to forever color the United States of America. Forever. It is. And I don't want you to think for 1 second that even with all these powerful sweeteners that the Democrats can use to motivate their people, I don't want you to think for 1 second that our side can't be motivated. Better. Strong. Just talking to each other, spreading the word. Golly, what a novelty. Our side can actually save this nation if we do one thing that's almost unheard of today. All we gotta do is talk to people and tell the truth. Wow, one thing, just tell the truth. Tell the truth. We can do it. Will you today, tonight, as you talk to people, as you're with people, whenever you're with people, use taste, don't be obnoxious, but generally something will happen that will bring politics somewhere near the conversation. And when it comes up, just tell the truth. Just make sure the people around you know the importance of this election. When I'm voting on whether the speed limit should be 75 or 85 or 105, when I'm voting on that, when I'm voting on the color of dishes in the White House, when I think on it, we're voting this election on whether or not this country stays a representative constitutional government, or whether we become a socialist nation, declared socialist nation. Maybe it's fair to say declared or undeclared, it doesn't matter, we'll be a socialist country. So what they want. And explain to them that all they gotta do to save this country is on election day or in the period for election, let alone. And from this day till then, whenever you talk to people and it comes up, the conversation drifts towards politics in the election, explain to people the importance for them to go vote. We do that, we win. Don't make sense, does it? Not with all the sweeteners they're giving away, all the lies they're telling, all the promises they're going to make. It don't make no sense except for one thing. We're telling the truth. They're lying like dogs. But they do that. They lie like dogs. And I'm going to tell you, straight up, anybody that dares to walk around in this country and supports changing our form of government to socialism, they're worse than dogs. I give dogs more credit than that. They're the enemy. They're the enemy. And it may be your neighbor. The only thing I grant time out on all of this is within the family. Far too many families, the husband feels one thing, the wife feels another. Folks, that ain't never going to resolve itself. That is never going to resolve itself. So you just have to live with that. Does anybody understand what I've been saying? Sorry about Rosie. Does anybody understand, care, hear what I've been saying?
I think they do, Larry. One person's real concerned about election fraud. Another person's real concerned about securing the border as soon as possible.
All of that's important. Every bit of it. Yes, election fraud is significant. And I'm telling you, election fraud, even with all the efforts that the administration's making with their team to fight against election fraud. They've got a team set up and they're doing good work, I know. But there'll still be some. There'll still be some.
And so many states are tinkering with the electoral vote.
There's going to be cheating, Lord. There is. Anyway, down with me. If you got a question or comment, get it
Okay, one person says, I'm so disappointed and discouraged. Too many just want to sit and do nothing, believing that one man Trump can work miracles.
in. It is discouraging, but do not be discouraged. We got it? It's discouraging, but do not be discouraged. I'm not discouraged. It is discouraging. It is. But I would rather spend my time being dedicated and making sure I do my part. That's what I want to spend my time doing. I'm going to spend my time making sure, forcing myself to do my part, which is what I think I'm doing. Just like coming here and talking to y'all. You should do the same. You don't get nowhere worried. Worry don't get no brownie points nowhere. There ain't no budget that grows. There's no, nothing happens with worry, folks. Just dedication. Dedicate yourself. All you gotta do is do all you can do. And if you do all you can do, and I do all I can do, and Mary Ellen does all she can do, and all the other people listening to me right now, we all do all we can do from this day till that. We win. We win. And this Memorial Day coming up after the election, we don't have to hang our heads in shame. Up here for the women, and after 2023, don't do what we gotta do. Please help us. Please join with us. Can't you do that? Can't you? Can't you talk to people? Can't you tell them the things we talk about here? Is that so difficult to ask? Is that so much to ask? I don't know what to say about that, just except to say your country needs you now. You are truly, truly needed. And I don't think there's any excuse in those that and under a job this time. Any questions?
None right now.
I've kind of worn my soapbox out today. I didn't mean to get here and lecture you. Forgive me for that, I guess. But you know, I had something I wanted to say, and I said it. Moving on today. All of us. Anybody over today? Can you tell anybody in the chat thing?
We've got 21 in the chat. Yeah, that's how many. We've got 21. Okay, somebody says he thinks Trump is a massive Zionist. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. What?
Massive Zionist.
I don't know. I don't think it is. I really don't. But right now, I think your second part of the question is very significant. Doesn't matter. Right now, we should focus on one major issue: saving our country from socialism. Once we do that, we can break off again and get into our little issue, your other issue, and send our little other issues. No issues matter if we lose.
No issues matter what?
If we lose.
I don't. He hasn't chatted yet. Do you know anything about Dave Janda? He's a retired orthopedic surgeon in Michigan.
No.
He's on YouTube. I'll comment on him then because he tells a lot of truth. He's a smart guy who's paying attention to what's going on, but there's no way that he has the resources for information or the sources of information that Larry has. So please make sure you're here because you will definitely get complete truth up to the minute ahead of the game here.
Well, the truth when I can and when it's issues that I'm involved in. I just want to make that little declaration. You know, I'm not involved with any wins based dependent in baseball. You know, that's not what I do. Well, the folks in the chat room, they're not very active. So I want to apologize for not being very entertaining today. And I'm going to tell you, it gets tough as we get near Memorial Day for me. It gets very tough. I hope you can imagine why. I hope you can figure out for yourself why that's a hard day for me and many other veterans. I don't think it's much different for any of us. But all for the grace of God, we're here. And they're not the people that have died for this country. And you always feel a little bit guilty. I do on Memorial Day. They will be forever young. Forever young. The way we live. Anybody else?
Well, I want to say thank you, Larry, for your service to this country, past and present. Right now, I'd say especially present because what you are doing is making an incredible difference. And I want to thank any other veterans that are listening to this call now or will listen to it later. Thank you for your service. We appreciate you very much. And I hope that you get the support that you need from folks around you. We do have, somebody said, you are awesome, Larry. I'm sending prayers your way. There's a question, do you think Mike Pence will be vice president next year for the election?
Yes. If Trump is elected president, most definitely, I believe, Pence will remain vice president. I have heard no rumblings at all from within the circles that would know. I've heard no rumblings of any change in that area.
Okay. What can Trump just build a big, long, thin army base along the border?
He may have to. If things keep going the way they're going, he may very well have to. Not necessarily a long, thin army base. But we are approaching, I'll tell y'all this, we're approaching a very serious moment when it may be that President Trump has to come up with a way to negotiate around Casa Comitatus. We are getting to a point where there is no other option but to place active duty military personnel if you have to every 2 or 3 yards on that border to shut it down. I know that flies in the face of Casa Comitatus, but we may be at a point where we have no choice. Since there are some states, some bordering states, now by the way, are held by Democratic leadership that refuse to allow their National Guard to protect the border in their state. So we may have no choice. But I will tell you this, guys. We are not far. We're not far away from something's got to give. Something has got to happen. It can't go much longer like it is. And even if the progressives, the Democrats that are just willing to let our country rot from massive numbers coming into this country, we're about to reach an economic perspective that cancels everything else. Remember what I warned you. If we go about another 6 months or so, maybe 7, maybe 8, hell, maybe even a year, but I doubt it, we keep going at 100,000 a month coming into this country with the average cost of the illegal immigrant costing this country about $74,000 a year, each year, their year. What's going to happen is it's going to become such a burden on our economy that the rating companies that rate our bonds are going to lower our credit rating. When and if they do that, this country will be in a mess. We will be in a financial crisis, unlike any we've ever seen before. You know, we are highly leveraged in debt. So much of our budget each year that we spend with our government, we don't have the money for. So essentially we borrow it. And the way we borrow it is by selling our country's bonds. And when the rating, which we presently have an A+, when that rating drops, the saleability of our bonds goes down. And when the saleability of our bonds go down, we are limited in the amount of money we have to function as a country, as a government. And guys, everything goes nuts then. When you hear we've got a $20 trillion debt, 20 trillion, that's a bit of a lie. That is not the whole debt we carry. And that's far greater than 20 trillion. And then when you add unfunded liabilities to that, the figure becomes astronomical. You wonder what unfunded liabilities is. Congress passes bills all the time. They pass legislation all the time for this, that, or the other project. The problem is when it gets passed, then it has to go to appropriations. A committee known as the Appropriations Committee. And that committee determines whether, in fact and indeed, we have the money to pay for it. And if we don't, then it becomes an unfunded liability, which means if we ever get the money, then that particular piece of legislation will be put in place. That's in the hundreds of trillions of dollars. Think about it. A lot of money that we don't have. Just a lot of money that we don't have. Anything else?
Actually, a whole bunch came in. Can Trump cut? Yeah, there's a whole bunch of questions that just came in. Why has Trump not called the military to aggressively defend our borders? You said posse comitatus, so I'm going to move on. Is Pence trustworthy? I think we're just holding judgment on that.
Is Pence trustworthy?
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust it.
Yeah.
If that don't mean anything, I just don't trust it.
Yeah. Can
I
Trump?
just don't like Pence, guys. I'm just being honest. It's not fair to him or fair to you. I'm just being straight up.
Can Trump cut off benefits and voting rights for illegal immigrants?
Can he what?
Can he cut off benefits and voting rights from illegal immigrants?
He can try, as he has done with other things. He can try through executive orders to do steps in that direction. But as we have seen, the Ninth Circuit is there, and they stop anything that he proposes. But yes, he could through executive order.
Will the swamp dwellers be prosecuted beginning from well, I don't understand the question. Will the swamp dwellers be prosecuted?
Yes, they are going to be prosecuted. Yes, they are. And so that y'all know, it has already started. And just because you have not yet seen indictments, remember, there's a whole bunch of investigation and preparatory work that has to go in before an indictment can be filed. But indictments are coming. There will be a cascade very soon of information coming out that you're going to get to see that proves some of the criminal activity that the FBI, Obama, the Secret Service, CIA, you're going to see how they operated illegally. That's way to say it. It's criminal what they have done. And it's going to start coming out. And you're going to see it. And you're going to see it before indictments are actually filed. You're going to have the case pretty well made to you. You're going to see it. What else?
That's it.
Now, here's what I've got to ask y'all. This is no joke. This is very real. I've got to have help this afternoon. I'm into it. It is very important. I need your help for me to be able to be on you. Come on. I can't tell you enough how serious and critical it is. Yesterday, someone in David said, Jonathan and Susie was sending 500. I think we'll get it. It didn't come. I've got to have it. It
Larry's PayPal, folks, is nicholslive@aol.com. And as it says in the comment, right up underneath the video, if you can't do PayPal, text 240-499-6729, and that number is under the video here.
And I don't know if the person named David could pass the message from that Jonathan Susie is on the page you are. I need to have that person get in touch with me. And 440-897-0611. It's 440-897-0611. Forgive me, please. Any announcements?
We have a conference call in 2 minutes. Anybody wants to join? It's 712-451-0725. The access code is 492-215#. That phone number is under the video as well. So